Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where things are slow going here, but we are very slowly working our way through our Britain-induced problems. Of course, to be clear, those problems were entirely designed and the plan to have to deal with. So this is great. We're at minus 39.6k in gold reserves, or rather in balance. We have plenty of gold reserves to work through for the moment. We'd be at plus 71k. If we were to pause our construction. Okay, cool. Our construction is not super efficient right now. I want to continue doing construction for the moment. But we definitely do need to have radicalism continue to drop. We are losing population, and that is the primary reason why our radicalism is dropping, which is not great. Not great at all. But it'll have to do for the moment. We just need to continue working through these government administrations for now. And that'll be fine. Once we have some of these malices go away, things will be a lot better. We're currently spending 33.8k in our diplomatic pact. That'll be over in a couple of years. And that will put us virtually positive at that point. We can start working on raising our standard of living eventually. We do have this fragile unity right now, and we're going to keep an eye on that. But things are improving. We're working on that bureaucracy. We have a lot of stuff queued up here, no doubt about that. But a lot of this is things that we're not planning on actually building just yet. We'll get there. Our primary issue right now boils down to two things. We have high turmoil, which leads to large state construction efficiency penalties due to losing the Opium Wars. Fully expected. We also currently have a bureaucracy deficit, which is preventing us from moving up our law enforcement. We will need a lot of bureaucracy to deal with that. So that is all underway. How much bureaucracy would we need to move up one step? 3603. Okay, noted. And each one of these government administrations is producing 50 bureaucracy. So a quick calculator here, 3603 divided by 50 indicates 72 government administrations are what we need to construct. Fair enough. Okay, it's going to be slow going here in the beginning, and we are losing population. That's understood. And there's not a lot we can do about it at this exact moment. I want to check in on our loss to the Opium Wars malice real quick here. -2 standard of living, okay. And -1 standard of living from the widespread opium addiction. That said, this is going away in 6 months. So that's not too bad. This is going away in 17 years, which is a lot longer, to be clear. But the primary issue here is the state penalties from turmoil. Okay. So our standard of living is going to come up. That will help our pop growth. So I think we don't need to take any active steps on the pop growth for the moment. I do want to check in on our infrastructure here. Okay. That will solve the problem, the remaining points. Cool. Our construction is very slow. We are currently working on intensive agriculture, with the idea behind this being just improving our agriculture a bit. I'm keeping an eye on our GDP. It's going okay-ish. We'll take the rural folk political strength, I think. That seems okay. Cool. So we're about to finish up a logging camp in Outer Manchuria. A logging champ in Manchuria, I guess? Sure, that sounds good. A logging champ in Outer Manchuria is about to finish up. There we go. And now we're working on an opium plantation. I'm sure that'll be fine. We don't have any sort of problems with opium right now. Definitely not. Definitely not. So market access is not the greatest, and we do have some taxation capacity issues. We do have this unproductive trade route right now, and I want to check here. We do have input good shortages of iron, which is remarkable that that wasn't productive. But we'll just go ahead and make these come on in. And then we have a tools input goods shortage as well. All of these are considered unproductive. Noted. So tooling workshops would definitely be good to have, but I don't think we need to work on those at this exact moment. Okay, so there's another port done. How much longer can we run this deficit for? A while is the answer. We've still got 10 million in our gold reserves. So that seems reasonably fine. So we can definitely do that for a bit. Our taxes are very, very high. We could put in a consumption tax, but there's nothing that's 100 value, and I don't want to do anything over 100. For one thing, we don't have the bureaucracy for it. So that's okay. No major problems there right now, but this is going to be slow going. I'm going to bump us up to speed 5 because of it. It's going to be slow and long term. So we're going to run this at speed 5 and just cruise on through this period, because a lot of this is just going to be not doing anything, right? And that's a bit of a problem. We do have a lot of states in turmoil, and that is most of our issue right now, is the turmoil. However, our standard of living just jumped up. Is that because this modifier went away? Yes, it is. The widespread opium addiction has gone away. So now we're going to be sitting about here. It's not perfect, but it's better. Now we have pop growth. Okay, so now the question is, how's that radicalism doing? 21.2, 21.2. I think it's still creeping downward. I think it is. Gold was just discovered in Outer Manchuria. Well now. Apparently we can't build gold mines. Outer Manchuria should be up over here, right? Yes. We have gold fields here. But I guess we cannot yet build gold mines. So if we go into... Let's see here. Those are the urban buildings. We need to go into the resource. Yeah, it's just not showing up in here. So, I mean, we have gold fields, which is fine. But gold mines, I think we're lacking tech for. So if we check in here, I'm sure there's gold mines in here somewhere. It would be, let's see here. Here's shaft mining, unlocking coal, iron, lead, sulfur, and encouraging the resource industry. That leads down into prospecting, which unlocks gold mines, which we have. So apparently we just can't build the gold mine. That's interesting. Huh. Well, for the moment, gold fields will be helpful. That is cutting into our deficit. The cotton gin has just been unlocked. Cool. And we're now working on a cotton plantation up over here, apparently. Excellent. So, we're growing in population now. That's a very good sign. And the number of radicals... Is that growing or shrinking? I think it's shrinking. As in the number of loyalists is, I think, shrinking. Yes. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. We will work on that. For now, of course, we are actually making additional progress on these government administrations. I love to see that. And that is working quite heavily on our finances. We're up to 16.6k. Solid. 20.1 million. 20.2 million. Okay, so that is getting better. I want to check in on our construction efficiency. 67.5 still. Okay. We're now working entirely on government administrations. That's fine for the moment. We do need to work through our bureaucracy. Can we get any additional bureaucracy throughput here? The answer is no. Not at this moment. Okay. Getting to standardized filing system would, of course, require central archives. So we're going to be finishing intensive agriculture soon. And currency standards, here's central archives. That would take 10 years to research. I do think that that's worthwhile. Working our way down this is, I think, something that we should do. We'll wait until intensive agriculture is done. But I do feel like that's worthwhile. We're constructing a lot faster now. Almost double the speed. So that's very, very good. We are running an input goods shortage of iron. This is something we will eventually be able to deal with, but we'll import what we can. For the time being, our absolute priority is on getting our bureaucracy up. That is what really needs to happen right now. We've got 8.3 million in our gold reserves still. So we've still got a good amount of gold reserves here. Our diplomatic pact still exists. And that should be going away very, very soon. So if we go in here, I really wish that this said how long that we're paying this for. Like when this went away. Sadly, it doesn't. But we know that it'll be in like a year. And when that happens, we will be positive financially. We're not going to hit 0 gold reserves in a year. So I think financially, we're doing completely okay here. We need to continue cruising through these government administrations as quickly as we can. 6,500 weeks here is not bad. I like it. Cool. We are seeing the bottom of our government administrations here. We don't really want to work on all of these barracks just yet. We want to continue cruising through these government administrations and working our way through not caring as much about our radicalism. The radicalism is still dropping, though, even though our pop growth is increasing. We're now gaining population, so that's really, really, really good. We're very happy about that. And the fact that we're already on professional military is huge. Intensive agriculture finishes up, and let's go ahead and get these swapped over to soil enriching farming, which is going to require fertilizer. So that's noted. Vineyards, apple orchards. Apparently there's a fair number of things that we can do here. Probably should have done this earlier, but this is going to cause us some tooling issues. We'll keep an eye on that. Intensive grazing. Yes. Anything we can do to increase our iron production would be nice. But for now, that is what it is. Nothing that we can really do with our plantations. Logging camps, actually, we can go to sawmills. That will require additional tools, and that is something that I'm actually interested in working on. So we'll deal with that in a moment here. And we've got these textile mills. Yeah, we shouldn't have anything down through here. Okay, so we want to go into our society and work on central archives. That's going to take 10 years. That's understood. So the question now is, how bad are we going to be on our tools and fertilizer input shortages? We're going to import some fertilizer for now, and we're going to look to import some tools. But what we really want to do at this moment is go into our tooling workshops, and in Beijing, I'm going to add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tooling workshops. These are going to be staggered with government administrations, and it's going to be slow going, as it has been. But that's understood. We have a big hole to crawl out of, and it takes a while. So that's fine. So we'll work on that. I also do want to get us some additional fertilizer. So chemical plants would not be bad, and we'll create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Those are going to be moved. I really wish you could just drag and drop these. It'd be very convenient. But these are going to be moved down, and they're going to be built after the tooling workshops, staggered with the government administrations, in theory. That's definitely going to be slow going. Okay, I think it's probably going to be easiest to do this at this moment. So we would then just bring these down like so. And we're probably going to be lacking in some iron here. You can come on down. You can come on down. Cool. And there is this tooling workshop here that's slightly awkward, but it's fine for the moment. Yeah, you really should be up over here. There we go. So we then start bringing these down like so, and now we can unpause. There's no reason to be paused at this moment, and we can just start bringing these guys up and just have this all be staggered. Cool. We'll let that go for a while, and then we'll work on our iron production after that, I feel like. So that'll be okay. I want to check in on our infrastructure real quick. There's not a lot we can do about infrastructure problems in places without ports, right? So building one infrastructure here would be fine. The hard times, huh? Emergency relief focus in Southern Anhui. We can actually do that. So where is this? Over here. Got it. So we would need to put in a decree here, emergency relief. There we go. So we'll put that in for now. We are, hello pause menu. We are positive on our finances now. So that's a very, very, very good sign. That means that in theory, we can start thinking about expanding our construction sectors, which would be good. And our construction efficiency is starting to improve, which is also very, very good. Currency standards. Okay, that allows per capita taxation and leads to banking. I don't think we want to change our taxation law. Probably. We can't. So we can't do that right now. Noted. Knowledge of banking is spreading to us. Our GDP is holding kind of firm. But we do need to continue to do some work here. No doubt about that. We have some unproductive trade routes, and we will get rid of those. Cool. And I think we are... I'm interested in expanding our construction. Yes, I am interested in that. So if these are 5K each, then we can afford roughly 3. I'm going to build 2 for the time being, and we'll see how that feels. It's not exactly a 1-to-1. So we'll see how 2 feels. As long as we're still positive, we're happy. So that should be reasonably fine for the moment. And we're working our way through these tooling workshops. Yes, we can spread those out like that. But there we go. Additional construction finishing up. And we're beginning to start this snowball. Yeah, it looks like 2 was about the right number. Yes. 2 was the right number. Excellent. So we'll keep an eye on that, and next time it reaches around 15K, then we're going to construct another 2. And that's the way this is going to go for the next little while. So we're just cruising on forward here, getting ourselves rebuilt, and getting our economy into a much, much better situation. We need these government administrations as quickly as possible, of course. Our private constructions are ongoing, and those are completely fine. But we're much more focused on this right now. 57-17 weeks now on this construction queue. That is a big improvement. We're not running any sort of deficit right now except for the bureaucracy deficit, which is being worked on. I want to check in on here, 56.1, 53.2. Okay. That is making progress. But just getting central archives will be a very big deal. Very, very big deal. I would like to start working on our literacy fairly soon, although that is improving steadily over time. I like it. And our construction is going broadly okay. For the moment, we just want to be left alone. And we want to get these buildings done as quickly as we can. We're now at a point where we can probably consider building additional construction. Bread and blood, huh? The lack of provisions has spread to northern Anhui. Okay, so we are going to put in another emergency relief in northern Anhui. There we go. I imagine I'm butchering those pronunciations, but that'll do. The Great Hunger will time out in 3 years. We are probably just going to wait for it to time out. We can't do any additional emergency relief, and we are paying about 7K in welfare. Okay, noted. I'm going to bump us up to 3 just to max out the economy of scale there. This may put us in a deficit briefly, but I'm hoping that with these tooling workshops finishing up, things will be okay. We definitely do need iron, and that is noted. Okay, is this going to be negative? Yes. I think that's acceptable for the time being. We just have to make sure that we don't go negative in terms of our overall cash, right? So a small deficit is acceptable. We're at 140 in terms of construction right now. I like it. And we just want to get this economy properly online. That is our goal right now. So we finished up 3 of our 5 tooling workshops that we queued up there. And we're going to finish up the next one in 2 weeks. What is going on up here? A good vintage. I don't care about our prestige. We're going to have building wine output. Cool. Okay. So we're almost done with those tooling workshops. Then the chemical plants will be after that. They're going to take a while. Unbalanced trade, huh? Economic concessions for 5 years. Or they would become more radical in southern Anhui. They'll become more radical there. Okay. What do they know about the economy? Absolutely nothing is the idea. So yeah, that barely even made a blip. It should be fine. We're producing decent surpluses from time to time here. So I think we're going to be going back positive very, very soon here. Once this tooling workshop finishes up, likely. And we're constructing 6 buildings at a time now. That's a very, very good sign. I like it. This government administration finishes up, and now we are working on our chemical plants. We are going to need to work on iron, but we're at 21K right now. We could think about further expanding our construction. Okay, now we're at 3K. We can't think about it at this level. But if this goes back up and stays there, then that would be fine. Construction efficiency has somewhat improved, although it's actually gone back down to 67.5. Okay. Even though our radicalism is continuing to drop, that should be reasonably fine. Our loyalists are just kind of holding. I think it's very slowly dropping is what the loyalists are doing, which is not great. But the radicals are dropping as well, which is what we really care about. Our radicalism is a problem. No doubt about that one. Our bureaucracy is getting better. It's not perfect by any means, but it is getting better. The Great Hunger will time out in 31 months. So that's not too bad. And how much longer on Lost the Opium Wars? 12 years. Okay. Hunger relief is going to time out in 5 weeks. Noted. And we just dipped negative financially here due to an iron implicus shortage. Noted. We'll try to import some from the Prussian market to make up for that. I am planning on building iron as soon as we're done with these chemical plants, which is going to be a bit yet. So that's noted. We're still running an input goods shortage of tools. No shocker there. We're going to be working on tools again after we get the iron. What do we got going on here? Outmoded economics. Once again. Okay. That's not great, but sure. We're still running a very, well, we're running basically a balanced budget right now. A balanced budget is acceptable for right now. I would like to further expand our construction sectors, but largely it is what it is. Literacy is doing okay, actually. Our literacy is growing at a reasonable rate. Now, we are negative on authority. That's not surprising. For the moment, I'm not too concerned about being negative on authority. But the reason that we're negative on authority is because our timeout for the cheaper edicts has gone away. So that's expected. No problem whatsoever there. We're going to continue to work on our bureaucracy. Paper is currently expensive. Slightly. And we expect that to continue to be expensive. Market access down here, yeah. That just is going to be what it is. Not a lot we can do about that until we have railroads. Speaking of which, do we want to go for railroads after Central Archives? That would be in production, making our way down to railways, which would require both mechanical tools and atmospheric engine. I think we go for mechanical tools first. That would require lathes, though, which we should have by then. So mechanical tools, atmospheric engine, railways would be the idea. Hopefully I remember that next episode. We'll see. That'll be exciting for sure to find out. So our chemical plants are actually nearing completion at this point. I'm going to move these up like so, and then I'm going to put in some iron mines. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So we're going to get those iron mines going. It is slow work, no doubt about it, but we're slowly making gains here. I'm going to add in 2 construction at this point, and that will be great. So with those complete, we're going to see this number continually drop. That's the idea here. 16.1K, it seems fine. Lathe has been unlocked, so we're going to go through some of these urban buildings. Dye workshops, Okay, we'll see if that creates any sort of problems. I am expecting to have some particularly tooling problems. Do we run gas streetlights here? No. Okay. Noted. And then anything up through here? I don't think so. Okay. I definitely do expect there to be some shortages here. Sulfur is currently a problem. And I wouldn't mind working on that soon enough. But for the moment, we can't really do that instantly. Mandatory service has been unlocked. Okay, cool. And has anything... Okay, atmospheric engine has actually been exposed here. So that's great. We're going to focus on mechanical tools as soon as we're done with central archives. Assuming that that doesn't get focused. But that moves us towards railways for free. That's really, really good. The play for power, huh? Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. Beautiful. So we're not currently working on these government administrations very much, right? Those are going to require additional work. But all of this will be finished up fairly soon. And we're going to continue to work on our construction eventually. Our GDP is sinking a little bit, but mostly holding firm. Our literacy is definitely increasing, and I feel like we don't really need to work too much on that. Our standard of living is holding pretty firm, and it's not great. I would definitely like to work on that, but we just don't have the luxury to at this moment. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue working on clawing out of the hole that Britain has put us in, and that will be absolutely fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid is in council members. Wow, that's been a while. But it's Anna the Elephant next, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time. So I guess if you want to get double callouts, the correct answer is be on one level for a while, and then change. And then I'll be very confused for a while. Excellent.